Welcome back to another edition of the Burnout with yours truly. We're gonna dive right into the quote of the day, and it says, "Life is 10% what happens to you, and 90% of how you react to it." In other words, stuff is gonna happen through life. That's just how it's gonna go. But that's only 10%. How you deal with it and how you react to it, basically the same thing. It's 90% of it. So how you deal with that, deal with the circumstances, controls everything. Not what happens, it's how you deal with it. I like that quote. But we're gonna dive right into this one. And I got kind of mixed feelings on this one. I don't know if I should blame the mother or not. I'm kind of struggling with this one, so I'm gonna try to keep an unbiased attitude, because it's really hard to be in this position where you can't judge a person based on some things, and this is one of them that it's really gonna be really hard for me to try to decipher. But it says, Florida woman allegedly left her 3 young children at home in the middle of the night to work an unexpected late shift at Wawa. A Florida woman is facing charges after she allegedly, after she allegedly left her 3 young children at home in the middle of the night to go to work. Linda Saint Lega stands accused of child neglect over the incident that allegedly got more haranguing as the night went on. Authorities said the 3 children involved are 2, 8, and 10, police said. The defendant was arrested on Wednesday and appeared in court on Thursday to face the allegation, according to the Orlando-based ABC-affiliated WFTV. The incident allegedly began the night before. According to the police, the mother left her children at their home in Plantation, a suburban city that is part of the Baldwin metro area. Just before midnight on Tuesday, the defendant's 2-year-old son allegedly left the house with a dog, police said, wearing a dirty diaper. The boy allegedly made it nearly a quarter of a mile before someone realized he was alone, got him to safety, and called 911. Officers arrived at the home and allegedly found it scorching hot inside. Even at 1 a.m., police say the internal temperature of the resident was 91 degrees. The officer also documented something of the state of despair. The dog, as Zerman was allegedly seen all over the house with no edible food could be found. Police said the woman's 10-year-old daughter told them her mother usually works the night shift at Wawa, a regional gas station and convenience store chain, from Sunday through Wednesday. During those times, the girl allegedly told police she acts as the babysitter to her 2 younger brothers, even changing their diapers. Law enforcement subsequently called the Wawa in question. Ledger allegedly spoke with the police and said she was unexpectedly called into work that night due to an emergency. The defendant court-appointed attorney attempted to frame the issue in the light of economic need. In other words, she was dealing with hardship. We have a single mother that got an emergency call from the employer basically saying you have to come back to work because somebody didn't show up. Assistant Public Defender Hector Romeo said in a comment reported by Miami-based Fox-affiliated WSVN. If not, you're going to lose your job. She's a single mother trying to make rent payment, trying to make water payment. The defense attorney added she made a poor choice, Judge, but there are circumstances behind it. It's not like she was trying to go out and have fun. She was trying to provide for her family. She didn't want to risk her kids being homeless. Prosecutors argued money was no excuse. I understand why she wasn't there, but the danger to the children remains the same, regardless of the parents' motive, Assistant State Attorney Eric Linder said during the Thursday hearing. There is currently no record of the defendant in Broward County Jail, which is where she was booked when she was arrested. The children are currently in the custody of their father. I really don't know which side with this. My thing is with this dude, with the father, if you knew this woman was in financial being bind, if she apparently didn't think she could call you to babysit, because the 10-year-old says she's done this on numerous occasions, and I'm sure you knew about it. Why didn't you step in? You could have resolved, you could have saved a lot of time. Why didn't you keep the kids? Where was you at? What were you doing? Come on, I want to hear some things about what you had going on. You know, a lot of times we can't keep blaming the mother for everything. Why? They're your kids too. Why? What was you? Okay, I'm not gonna say what he was doing and what he wasn't doing, because the article didn't state anything like that. But all I'm going to say is, it was more than her involved in it. She got 3 kids, and let's just say apparently all of them are yours because you're with them now. Why didn't you do more? You know, we can always sit back and judge a person where you left them at home, this and that. But if that's the only job you got, and they threaten to fire you if you don't come, that's a bad position to be in. Because you can't afford to get fired because you can't pay your bills. And if you leave, you're leaving your kids there by themselves. That is a hell of a position to put anybody in. I'm not going to really condemn this woman. I'm not really going to say anything bad about her, because it ain't like she was out partying. She was working. Everybody needs help. I don't care who you are. Everybody needs somebody to lean on. Everybody needs somebody that you can call on in a time of trouble. And when you don't have that person, and you got to make a split decision at the last minute, and I also blame her boss at this Wawa. If you knew her circumstances, why would you try to put her of all people? She couldn't be the only person that you could have called, but you knew her situation and you knew she was going to come. My thing is, why would you put your employees in a position like that? You are just as much at fault as she is. Now, true enough, she had the final say. She could have turned it down and probably lost her job in the process. Okay. But why would you put a person in that position in the first place? Why would you put your employee to make a decision whether come to work or stay home with my kids and get fired? You should never put that anybody in that position. To me, whoever was over there, Wawa, who made that call, you should be terminated too, because indirectly you're just as responsible. See, that's 3 people that are responsible in it: the mother, the father, and the manager who called in. All 3 of y'all play a role. It starts with the mother, with the employee, with the employer. You knew she done probably told you she didn't have nobody that could sit with. You knew this, and you still put her in that position. Now it goes to the mother. Sometimes you have to make difficult choices, and all the choices are not good. All the choices are not going to be favorable to everybody. Unfortunately, that's how it works. Then it goes to the father. You had to know the situation she was in. I don't know the circumstances. I'm not going to totally blame you for everything because I don't know. But I got to feel that if she could have called you to babysit or to take them, and I know it was late at night, so, you know, that plays a role in it. But I really don't know. I don't really know who to blame for this. To be honest with you, this is the first one I'm kind of in peril. I don't know which way to go, because that's 3 people that can share the blame in all this. Now, every action has an opposite and equal reaction, and the prosecutor said it. She understands this is not about money. Well, the only thing I disagree with the prosecutor, it is about money, because if it wasn't about money, then she wouldn't have to come to work in the first place, because that's the only reason you work is to get money. So it was about money. I could blame her totally if she went out to a party or clubbing or something like that. I can blame her, but it's hard for me to say this woman is just working to make ends meet. She's a single mother and this and that. Y'all men just I really don't understand. Not all men, because you got some good men out there that handle their business. But some of them, you got these sorry ass men, and y'all are to blame for this. Y'all the one picking these sorry ass men, and that won't work, that won't do anything. Now I'm not saying this guy's one of them, because I'm not sure. It wasn't enough said about him, so I'm gonna leave that up in the air for right now. But the way I'm looking at it is that y'all are some of the most pitiful ass men I've ever seen that will allow your woman to go at this alone. She didn't have that child alone, so why she shouldn't go at it alone. If you know she's working her ass off and she's doing all she can do, look, you can just volunteer to do something. Some things you can just say, hey, do you need me to do this? You need me to do that? But you can't do anything when the employer is threatening your job if you don't come to work, which should not be allowed in the first place. You should, if my shift is over, you should, and somebody don't come in, that's not my problem. I done did my shift. You need to call somebody else, or you call the person that called in, or if they can't come, you need to bring your ass in there and work in. That's the only thing I can think of. Because you put this woman in such a bad position, now she done lost her job and she in jail. That is the consequences of every action has an opposite and equal reaction. That is that. She made a bad decision. She gave a choice to come to work or get fired. Well, you chose to come to work. Now you went to work. You went to work, got caught, got put in jail, and you lost your job. So you lost your job either way it goes. So you didn't win on no point at no point in this time that you come out on the good end of this. You came out on the worst end you can possibly get in. But it still goes back to, why would you put this woman in this position? Why would you put anybody in this position? They should not be put in a forced in the position where they come to work and get fired. That's something you should never put in there. And that manager at that Wawa, you need to be fired also. Because what kind of manager threatens a person to come in that's not on day shift because somebody else missed? You threaten them to come in. If you let them come in, they'll get fired. What kind of manager does that? Because you ain't no manager. You should be fired. Period. If I'm over that store and I find out that's what you did, you already packed. You might as well pack your shit up and go. You already gone. I'm done with you. Because we're not gonna do this. That's not what we do. You treat employees with respect, dignity, and you do not threaten a job just because another person didn't do something. You want to use me as an scapegoat and tell me if I don't come to work, I'm going to fire. You don't do that. No good manager. You're not a good manager. You shouldn't be in a manager position. You should be over nobody. You should be terminated. I'm gonna stand fast on that. You should be fired. That's all I can say. I hope this is the dude that she got. I hope he's a good dude. My question is, where were you? What's going on with this woman? And trust me, everything is going up but the pay. They want you to do more work, but they're not giving you more money to do work with. Only thing people want now is give them a livable wage. That's all they want. And you're not even doing that. You know, you're not paying them anything. You're taking advantage of them. You threaten them because you know that's the only source of income they had. You don't do no shit like that. I'm sorry. We are uncensored now. We're going to continue being uncensored. I'm not holding my tongue back anymore. I'm tired of holding my tongue back. Because some of these articles are so disturbing, I just refuse to hold it back anymore. And we are going to tell the truth, and it's going to be the uncensored truth. There's 3 people in this situation that can share blame, but it's the first one that started the dominoes to fall that did it all. It was a dumb woman, a manager, or a man, I don't know which one it was, that threatened this woman's job. You put her in a position to make a decision that was horrible, but she made it. Your boy, the father got the kids now. Why didn't you give her a break and get them during the week? Or if you can't get them, well, if you can get them now when she's in jail, you could have got them before. Let's not overlook that. If you can get them now, you could have got them before. Whatever you're doing for them kids now, you could have did this before, and this would have probably be a non-topic. But it didn't happen. This is the results. And I really feel sorry for her. I'm sorry. I really feel sorry for her because she was doing what she thought was right. And just because you do what you thought was right don't mean it was right. But at that moment, you thought it was. Now, I can't guarantee they threatened her job. That's what the article said. Maybe she needed the money. Maybe she wanted the overtime. I don't know. But I'm only going by what the article said. That you said if she didn't come to work, she was going to get fired. That's bullshit. If you did that, you're pitiful. You're not a human being. But hey, that's all we got for today. We'll be back next week, same time, same place on the Burnout. And remember, always flame up, never burn out. Always hit the like and subscribe button. Hey, we got a call-in line. You can call in if you like to, 334-672-8826. We'll put you on, give me your question, and we'll answer them as best we can. If you got something that you want to throw out there, hey, give it to me. We'll see what we can do with it. But we'll be back next week, same time. 2 fingers, peace.